Hello there, superstar listeners. His name is Aaron, and his voice sounds like this.
Oh yeah, his name's Tommy, and he sells video games and video game accessories.
This is the Super Pod Saga.
I didn't know how long I was supposed to wait. I thought you were gonna say like the previous episode we did the whole Ray Barone thing. I thought you were gonna be like, my name's Aaron.
No, I'm not gonna lie to the listeners. Oh man, welcome to the Super Pod Saga, listeners. If this is your first time listening, welcome. Grab a seat, take a nice. We got some ice water sitting nearby. This is a podcast where Aaron and I bring a different video game topic to the table every week, and we discuss it until there is nothing left to discuss. And we're going to do that every week until we run out of things to talk about. And this week, we're not alone. We have a special guest. His name is Harrison from Grief Burrito. Hi, Harrison. How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm very good, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
We're glad to
Taken
have
a little
you.
while, hasn't it, Aaron? We've been chatting behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think we were supposed to have you on in February, but then
Something like
there's
that.
just a ton of stuff happening. Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of it was my fault. No,
Go
ahead.
No, I think it was mine as well. We're hard to nail down because there's two of us, but we both work crazy jobs. So you've actually got one of the Burrito boys on. But it's given me time to decide that I'm going to rank your game-adjacent media experience, or the abbreviation that I like to use, GAME, game. So, yes, any quick spellers
that's
in the
good.
list
Ooh,
That's
will have
really
noticed
good.
that.
Why don't you go ahead and tell our listeners about you, what video games you like, and then tell us what Grief Burrito is.
Okay, so my gaming sort of career started quite a long time ago, as I am in the 30-year-old gaming category. So
Yes.
my first console was a NES. Remember sitting on my dad's knee while he played the Atari, that kind of thing. 'Cause my dad is the guy who brought back the game consoles as a kid, and he's still gaming to this day. Grief Burrito is a gaming podcast that's been around for about 4 years now, I think.
Whoa.
Sitting at #1 on the Podchaser game charts, which is pretty fucking
Ooh.
sweet still.
yeah.
Yeah. So we've been doing loads of different kind of episodes, really. We do anything from gaming, movies. We do review episodes on specific games where we play through the whole thing, or we do the Spooky Burrito episodes, which is where we look at paranormal cases as well, which are just like once a month, just a bit of a stupid thing at the end of the month to get all the laughs out, basically.
Okay.
That's cool.
Where did the Grief Burrito come from? Because I love just reading it and thinking about it.
It's a funny name. I know it's weird, and every time I say to someone the name of the podcast, they're like, "What?" It actually came from on episode 0. I had a different co-host at the time. We love food, and we were at uni studying video game development. Went into doing like TV production, all that sort of stuff. Worked for Netflix, BBC, ITV, and all that bollocks. But at the time when we were at this uni place, we used to go to this burrito restaurant, and the burritos were that good that no matter how hard the day was, no matter how difficult the game production was, these burritos would always cure any ailment that you had. So they became termed grief burritos because they solved the grief that you would be feeling. And yeah,
I
it came
love
up
that.
on the spot on episode 0, and we were like, right, that's got to be the name. So we just stuck with it.
That's perfect.
I
Wow.
love it.
I love that.
As all
Where-
burritos should be.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
Exactly.
I'm a big fan of
It
breakfast
should be the
burritos.
weight
so we
of a
don't.
child, and they should cheer you
Yes.
up.
Oh. Where can people find you on the social medias or wherever if they want to check out you or the podcast?
Well, because Grief Burrito is such a weird name, you can find us at Grief Burrito on every single social platform because no one had that
Nice.
name yet.
That's
Nice.
the best. Okay, so let's see. I picked the topic for this week, and I'm not even sure how to. I think Harrison said it the best. Game adjacent media. What was it?
Experience.
Experiences. Yes. I'm a big nostalgia person, and I miss all the different ways we used to. You're the perfect age for this, which is great. The way we used to experience video games, and
You can say old.
you're the same age as us. We're all old.
Nice. Okay, sweet.
I miss
Also-
yes.
Also, people can find Superpod Saga at superpodsaga.com.
Yes,
And,
that's right. Thank you, Aaron.
But consider leaving us a tip if you enjoy the show, or becoming a patron for $2, $3, or $4 a month, and continue.
Thank you. I completely forgot about us. Ah.
Subscribe,
Ah.
review wherever you're listening, all that kind of stuff.
Yes,
get those
exactly.
iTunes charts.
Yes. You know
Leave a
how it works,
positive
listeners.
comment.
Mhm.
Positivity only.
We will delete you if you're negative.
We got one 1-star review, and they didn't leave any comment why, and that annoyed me more because I would have liked to have known what we did wrong.
Yeah,
Was it
absolutely.
Was it on like one specific episode or just on as the
It was on iTunes.
the show?
Just on iTunes.
Dang. Man,
Yeah,
that's
no,
rough.
Really hurt. We burned that one.
Whoever-
We burned.
whoever you are, whoever left that review, fuck you.
Yeah, you fucking suck.
Oh man.
Sorry, I'm derailing you. If you'd like to
No,
continue with what
I
you're
love
saying.
derailings. I really do. I'm sure we'll have.
That's basically what our show is.
Yeah.
The previous episode, we got completely caught up on Everybody Loves Raymond,
Everybody Loves Raymond.
and a bunch of
Oh.
other cool stuff.
Yeah.
Man. But to start, we're gonna try talking about game adjacent media. Like before the internet times, we had to go out of our way to discover video game related things and learn about video games. And I love talking about those things. I love hearing how other people experience those. So I'm excited today.
Okay.
I guess since this was my topic, one of the biggest places that I learned about video games that does not exist anymore is video game magazines.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Every time we went to the local Walmart, my mom would just go and do her shopping, and I'd just sit at the magazine rack reading my Nintendo Powers. And
Me too.
yeah,
As I'm sure we all did.
Yep. Me too.
They would go try on. They would come back with like 16 pairs of pants, and it'd be like, "Mom, we need to get Smash Bros. Melee."
I think it's weird to think about, but like that was also one of our only places to see reviews for video games back then, was in magazines. It wasn't like
That's
now where
right.
everyone had a website, everyone had their take on
Podcast.
Twitter. Yeah, there wasn't us.
Yeah, it was like it's either that or the playground. That there was no other way to find out about games. You just hope that a friend would be nice enough to lend you a Game Boy cartridge or a PlayStation disc just to try it, or the demo discs that you got with the magazines.
Yes,
they were
demo
my
discs.
absolute favorite.
As long as
There's a particular demo that always comes to mind, and I want you guys can deny or admit this as well. I don't think the Hercules game actually existed for PlayStation. think that was
I don't know
only
of
a
it.
demo.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I think only people ever played it on demos, because everyone I know just had this certain PlayStation demo disc that had
Really?
like Tekken 2, Hercules, and I think Road Rash or something like that, and everyone seemed to have it.
That not us. I didn't. I had a PlayStation demo disc, and I remember it had this most off-brand Metallica guitar shredding movie beforehand. I was just like, "This is the best. This is what video games are."
This is my life.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as Matt R didn't borrow your disc,
Yes, or your
cartridge,
Game
you were
Boy.
Good to go. That's a
Now,
little bit of
familiar with
Super Pod
Matt R
Saga
from
continuity.
listening to a couple of your episodes.
It's a fuck.
We had a similar guy in our school. His name was Gareth. And people will know
Gareth!
him from our other episode. Fucking Gareth. He folded one of my Pokemon cards in half.
Oh,
put it in his pocket to
no.
steal it. And then gave it me
Son
back.
of a bitch.
He gave it back.
He gave it, I've still got it. I can find it in a minute if you want and show you the crease. It was literally folded in half.
So he
Oh
tried to
my
steal it, but then why did he give it back?
Because there was only me and him there. I didn't steal it from myself.
Oh, I gotcha. Man,
Fucking what an idiot.
Gareth and Matt are probably friends right now.
They're a
Probably
match
are.
made
They have a
in heaven.
podcast where they reminisce about breaking people's stuff.
Yeah, stealing games pod, yeah.
Matt R's in jail. I'm pretty sure. He
I would
actually
not be
lived with me.
surprised.
He lived with me for like a while because his parents kicked him out. But we'll come to that another time. Let's
Did you
keep
let
going.
him live, or did you just break in, or just?
No, we let him live there because he was a childhood friend of mine.
Yeah.
And he was really he had a lot of problems, a lot of home problems. But
Okay.
video game magazines though.
Yeah, we'll move away smoothly.
I remember reading about Battalion Wars, which was like the GameCube version of Advance Wars, and I had no interest in Advance Wars, no idea what that was, but just reading it in a magazine, and they gave it like an 8 out of 10. I'm like, this must be the best video game ever made. I need to get this, and I never did, but I remembered it from that day.
Oh, you never got it? You never actually went to
No,
get
I
it?
never did.
Oh, that must be a mission. You should go out, film a little video, go out and find it.
That would be
Play
good
it.
content.
Good
Yeah.
content.
Put something on the Superpod Saga YouTube. Anything.
Anything. What do you guys have any like specific memories of things you read in video game magazines that have stuck with you?
Yes, I've got one that comes to mind straight away, and it's the Zelda Gaiden in for the N64, which was obviously turned into Majora's Mask, which is this big poster you can see over here.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember catching that and being like, "Oh my god, a sequel to Ocarina of Time is coming out. This is gonna change things.
This is
gonna be the big
things.
deal." And it was so like everything just looked strange. And obviously when the game came out and did come to release, it's definitely a strange thing, and it stuck to what the magazine showed. But yeah, I remember the excitement of finding that and seeing like Deku Link, Zora Link, Goron Link, all these different masks. Trying to look at the really like low resolution.
Yeah,
pictures that
those
they've taken from
pictures are
screens,
so blurry.
just to try and make out what was said on the C buttons to see what items you could get. I love that sort of stuff.
Oh man, we just don't get that anymore. It was really sad. I like even as I grew up into high school and college, I would still go to the magazine rack, and now there's none. It just felt like as the years went on, there was less and less and fewer, and now there's still none. That makes me sad.
I have.
Sorry to interrupt. Go on.
Oh no, No, you continue with mine because I was just gonna go into my fond memory. You can continue the current conversation. I'll get to mine in a little bit. I'm just being impatient.
I was just gonna ask that if someone made a magazine like that today, that was you'd probably have to do it as a much more small print, something more like a zine. Do you think many people would be interested in buying it?
I think at first they would, just out of the novelty of it, the nostalgia. People would be like, yes, I remember these. But then it's tough to compete with the internet and instant news because you would definitely be reading older things at that point, potentially. I guess it depends on what the focus was.
And it'd be another fucking subscription to on top of like Netflix and Xbox Live and like Spotify and shit like that. I don't.
OnlyFans.
That's tough. People would be like, "Do I want Netflix or do I want a magazine?" Like,
I think the only way you could really do it as a viable thing would be to have people who have larger channels and people who are game review, like gaming YouTubers or TikTok channels, for example.
Yes.
Writing the specific content for the magazine, because a lot of people don't want to hear from people they don't know about opinions, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. I remember early on in Super Pod Saga we put a poll up and we were like, would you guys want to read reviews from us? And most people voted no. We were like, message received.
It burns.
What was your memory, Aaron?
My memory was it was the same kind of thing. It was Mom would go clothes shopping at Walmart. I would go to the magazine rack. I'm still trying to fix my pop filter here. Sorry.
It's okay.
And there was this one article. I forget which. I think it was Nintendo Power or some other magazine. But I read about there's this thing from Smash Bros. Melee about how to unlock every character.
Ooh.
And I memorized or I tried to memorize like everything on there, and I was like, oh my god, Mewtwo is in this, and at the time I thought it was like impossible. It was like leave the game on for fucking 24 hours straight or something, or play like 2,000 matches, and it was cool.
I remember.
Did you ever unlock Master Hand? That's the real question.
You could unlock Master Hand?
No, that was a rumor that was in a lot of our magazines.
Oh my gosh, you fooled me. That's the thing though, with
apparently
like
there is a way to do it now. There's a way to do it now where you have to actually glitch the system, and it pulls up the wrong memory profiling of character select, and then you can be Master Hand. But that's the only way. You can't do it really.
That's the big thing is like the rumors and information back then was totally rumors. Like I remember seeing that Mewtwo thing, leaving it on for 20 hours, and I was like, there's no way that's true. That's so ridiculous, and it was absolutely true.
Yeah. It must just be some way that it detects the amount of time played, or it's the average amount of 2,000 matches equals 20 hours. It'll be like some if code statement underneath that'll just pull it up. But yeah, I loved stuff like that. The rumors, like you were on your last episode, you were speaking about Pokemon Red and Blue, and I remember like the missing no.
Oh yeah.
Glitch. Who found that out? And
right?
how?
Back then.
Like, who was just doing that? And then there's the way to get Mew as well. And like a lot of people say you can't get Mew in that game, but you can because I had it.
Yeah. And how did that information spread around back then?
Playgrounds. But I don't know how did that spread to different schools?
Yeah, because we were very rural. We didn't talk to anyone outside of our local area.
No.
But I knew
MSN
stuff about that.
Yet.
Yeah.
Or L is real from Super Mario 64. Like the whole rumor of Luigi being in Super Mario 64. That was a pretty big one too, because that would have been pretty sweet. Like a co-op Super Mario 64.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. And I think recently with that, the Nintendo Giga Leak, wasn't there something that showed that the Luigi thing was actually in the files originally, but there was no way to get it? Yeah, I thought so.
Classic.
You mentioned they had Yoshi, for fuck's sakes. They had literally everybody except Luigi in that game. It's
classic Nintendo.
Classic.
Green Mario.
You mentioned game guides, and that's something I didn't have on my list, but you're totally right. Game guides used to be a thing. I had so many of them.
Oh, dude, like the Prima game guides and the Brady Games ones, and I had one for all of my like huge games. I had one for Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy 9. I had one for Golden Sun 1 and 2. Had one for Pokemon Crystal.
Pokemon was my big one. That was like my Bible.
Really?
Just because of all the type differences. It had a type chart in there that I could just bookmark, and I could just look up what everyone's type was, the moves. Oh man, that's great.
I remember with the Final Fantasy 9 guide, I tried to make my own like card game kind of thing there was like a little bestiary kind of thing in the back of the guide, and I would like cut out the monsters and like glue them onto
That's adorable.
and like make cool little abilities, and I would be like I attack Marbro with a fucking Moogle, or I forget what the fuck is even in that, whatever I even had on the cards, and yeah, that was cool.
Nice, man. I actually found one of my cheat code pages the other day on really old, like yellowed paper. It's that old from the N64 days, and it was folded up inside one of the game boxes. I'd obviously thought, I'll keep all the game codes in each of the boxes, so if I wanted to get it out to play it,
nice.
then I knew I had all the cheats for it. However, all the boxes were put in the loft, so I could never get them.
Yeah.
I remember.
Did you?
You go.
Go ahead.
No.
Oh,
Aaron.
Okay. Did you guys ever write cheat codes in the back of the manuals in your games, in like the little notes section?
Yeah.
No, I left mine empty. I felt it. I didn't want to ruin it with my horrible handwriting.
I remember them all from my mind. His mind palace.
I remember one Grand Theft Auto San Andreas cheat code. And I think that's it. Yeah.
Well, what is it?
That's the only cheat code I can remember.
Yeah, you can't leave it at that. You got to tell us what it is, man.
It's weapons 2 or 3, and it's L1, L2, R1, R2. No, R1, R2, L1, R2, left, down, right, up, left, down, down, left.
Nice.
And then now clacking, correcting you. Actually, you got that wrong.
Yeah. It's actually R1, R2, L1, L2. And...
Idiot. I remember in Crash Bandicoot Warped, it's the Konami codes, just up, down, left, right, square. But I had never played a Konami game before that, so I memorized it. It unlocked a demo for Spyro the Dragon at the main menu. And so after learning that was the Konami code, I was like, no, that's the Crash Bandicoot code.
What the hell are you talking about? It's the Crash code, idiot.
I don't remember any cheat code other than like The Sims when you had Motherload just to get loads of Simoleon dollars or whatever it was. That's the only one I remember. Simoleons. Yeah.
That's a good name for man. Oh, I miss cheat codes too.
Are they in modern games? I don't even think I've tried any to do any codes in modern games. I know you get more concise things. Like I remember in Gears of War 3, for example, there was certain areas you had to go and shoot these certain alarm boxes to get like special weapons for certain levels and stuff. But I don't really remember much from more recent games, if I'm honest.
In the Stanley Parable and the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition, if you open the cheat menu from their dev cheat menu, they'll put you in like a interrogation room, and the narrator will yell at you for trying to use cheat codes.
Trying to hack the game. That's well good. That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's like, does that game breaks the fourth wall anyway? So it like goes even beyond the fourth wall. That's like breaking the fifth wall.
Oh yeah, that's Stanley Parable. I love the Stanley Parable.
An interrogation room. Hell yeah, that's so cool.
I forgot demos. My mom actually worked at the Walmart, and so every once in a while when they would replace the demo
Walmart
disc, yeah, there's only the one. Whenever they would replace the demo discs, sometimes I would get to keep those and use them on my GameCube.
Ooh.
God, not for resale
Nice.
copies.
Uh-huh.
They're probably pretty valuable if you still got any of those.
Oh, I definitely don't. I have no idea what happened to my GameCube and games. It makes me horribly sad.
God.
Mine's over there.
God damn it. Past Aaron sold all of his GameCube games, including Skies of Arcadia. God damn it, Aaron. Damn you.
Stupid. I have two.
Oh, it's like $300 now, dude.
Would you sell it for the $300, or would you just like be happy to have it and it's worth $300?
I would play the fuck out of Skies of Arcadia.
Okay.
Dude, those ship battles, the customizable ship battles. Are you joking? That shit's so fun. I wish I had it.
Shame. It's a shame.
I know. What? Is anybody? What? I'm trying to. I can't get this out. What's your favorite memory with like? What's your favorite memory with old GameStop?
Old GameStop. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's a great thing to bring up. I went to the 2 midnight releases for Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 2 or 3, one of those, just to compare the two. I only bought Battlefield 3 because I was like, Battlefield's for real gamers, Call of Duty's for babies.
Oh shit!
And
do they
hot shots firing across?
do they have GameStop in the UK?
So I was about to blow your mind and say, no, we don't have GameStop. We have
Oh.
our own that is just called Game.
Oh, it's just called Game.
Just Game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so there's no stopping. You have to keep walking as you go into
No
it.
stopping. No, there's nothing, no subliminal messaging
Tuck
to
and
get me
roll.
to turn into the store. We're all about free will in the UK, apparently.
Yeah.
Does it
in the US they forcefully stop you. They're like, halt,
stop?
Game. Stop! Buy these!
consume.
Yeah, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's just the game store. The logo is purple, that's all, instead of the color. Is it orange GameStop in
It's more
US?
red. I want it red and
Is it
red
red?
and
It's like
black.
it's half is white, half is.
Suspicious.
I think it's like game is
It's
white.
like the
stop
Smash
is red,
Burger
I think.
logo.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah.
Smash.
It's exactly the same. It's just like racks of games.
Did
That's
you
literally it.
did they do the reselling thing where you could sell your games and then buy new games?
Not originally, no.
Oh.
We do have another store over here called it's the letters CEX. Everyone pronounces it CEX, but on their
Ooh.
adverts they say sex.
No,
No one calls it sex.
God damn
now
it, that's so cool.
I know, but yes, they resell games. So then games started having to do reselling and secondhand stuff.
So
yes, they do.
When you went, did you say that okay, you said CEX, but did you ever take the opportunity to say like, hey mom, I'm just going to go stop down to the sex store. I'll be right back.
I never have, but I promise you I will be doing from now on. Thank you.
Dude, let's go to sex.
Yeah, I'm going to say that to my girlfriend because we often do go to CEX to look at whatever we can find because they sell like all sorts of gaming, microphones, control, like absolutely everything to do with tech, really. But yeah, I'll be saying that from now on. Thank you. I will be saying that.
What's the state of game right now? Is it still flourishing? Is it doing okay?
Oh no.
Okay,
no, it's awful.
okay.
A lot of them are closing.
Okay, that's the same with GameStop
Same
here.
with GameStop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GameStop back in the day was really cool because they
It's
used
the
to sell
best.
like video game related snacks and drinks, and they still sell lots of like Funko Pops and all your other like figurines and shit. But they used to be really cool back in the day, and they always had those TVs playing like the trailers and shit for new games, and that always
Yeah.
got you hyped up. And I was always so excited to like reserve the next big game. Be like, it's only $5 down. Like I might as well. What else am I gonna do with $5?
That's
Buy
basically free.
It's just free
Right,
video
like,
game.
I could buy nowadays. It's like I could buy 5 cans of ravioli with that $5, bitch. I don't want to reserve no game.
Oh man.
Can't be out of ravioli for ravioli now.
That's
Going
right.
from figures and Funko Pops then, because I had a bit of a thought towards this episode that I wasn't sure necessarily what you would class as gaming adjacent media. So I didn't know if it was going to be like gaming figures, for example, or card games or movies of games.
Oh, it
So
can be. Basically anything about
could
video
be, yeah.
games that is not a video game.
Okay, all right. So how do you guys feel about gaming figures then? Do you guys have, like, I know a lot of people have a lot of collections. Tommy, I'll put this to you first, because opening a question to two people can cause problems when you're both trying to talk.
Oh, look at that, you're a professional.
So yeah, Tommy, have you got a huge collection of gaming figures?
No, I have never been into the gaming figures collecting. I had one amiibo. It was a Princess Peach amiibo that I gave to an ex's daughter, and when we broke up, she just kept it, which is I'm totally fine with, obviously. But...
Oh, I was about to say, what a bitch.
No, I don't need that Princess Peach amiibo.
Okay, that's fine then, I guess. I was so firmly on your side to stick you up, like, yeah, I stand by my bros.
Go ahead.
No.
No, the question's to you, Tommy. Go.
No,
you guys are so polite. I'm supposed to be the British one.
No, I never. I barely.
We're so close to Canada.
Yeah, we're super close to Canada.
Sorry's like come over the border. I presume.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't have much money for games. I can't imagine spending it on other stuff.
Yeah, a lot of them are very expensive. I will say that these like First for Figures, that obviously is one of the bigger brands for gaming figures. They have a Metroid Prime section, and oh my god, some of them are like $1,000. And fuck, I really want that Phazon suit Samus that lights up. God. But there is like 6 in the world.
Oh dang!
That sounds so awesome, dude.
Yeah. All lights up, armor black and red and silver. Fucking sweet, bro. And you have that suit in the game for like 5 minutes.
Wait, do you really? I'm still looking for it.
Oh yeah, it's
only like at the end, isn't it?
Towards the end section. Yeah.
That's why I haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I have a. I'm gonna say if it is my turn, if I may, Tommy, if I may.
You may. I yield the remainder of my time.
Yes, please go.
I'm desperately searching for a photo of my amiibo collection because I've bought a lot of amiibos, but I guess I'll just put them in the chat once I find them. Yeah, I used to buy a lot of amiibos. A lot of them were on sale for the longest time, but especially before Animal Crossing, before New Horizons came out. A lot of the Animal Crossing amiibos were on sale. There's a store in the U.S. called Five Below, and they sell like the name suggests a lot of stuff for below $5, and a lot of them were like $2 or $3. So I stocked up on a bunch of those, but. If I find, I'll snap a photo and I'll send it to you in our chat and chill and a channel that I just renamed. And
yeah, if you get a picture of the shop as well, because I work in Celsius, I just thought it was a really cold shop.
Yeah, they keep ice cold.
Like damn, 5 below. Better take a jacket.
I'll get you a photo right now, dude. No, it's not.
The Five Below store is fun.
Freezer store.
We just had to. We saw it was like a light up shower head from the Five Below store, and we was like, well, we have to have a light up shower head. Why wouldn't we? And it broke after the second try, and I was like, to be expected.
Yeah. See, we have a similar store called Poundland, but that also sounds like a sex shop.
Stop.
Yeah, but you guys have the best stores, dude. All right, woman. Should we go to Sex or Poundland?
Oh no.
See what this Five Below is.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's.
Oh, they use the tagline though. Hot stuff, cool prices.
Yeah,
what they're doing.
Dude, they've got some cool stuff though. They've got a lot of anime themed shit. Yeah, like little anime drinks and candies and.
Paddling pools, glow in the dark chalk. I've always wanted that.
Oh no shit! They have glow in the dark chalk.
I was joking about being excited about this, and you were like, "Damn!"
That'd be cool. Actually, you could draw like an SOS on your driveway and see if like a helicopter see it and land at your house. Be like, "Dude, I'm just joking, but please help." Or something.
And then you can big that up to your neighbors. You're like, "Damn! Did you see my new helicopter I just got on my drive?"
less than $5 for this chalk.
Yeah, man.
Jacket prototype style, just dive through the fucking windshield and attack the man. I wouldn't really attack a man. That's just a joke for the show, people.
No, we've got that on the record. That was on the internet. It's live
now. Redacted.
Oh shit.
Redacted. I remember going to GameStop, which is what we were talking about 5 minutes ago, and I sold my entire Nintendo Wii collection and my Wii to purchase a PlayStation 3 and like 2 controllers, 4 games. The resale value back then was like crazy. They were like, yeah, we'll give you $30 for a game. Why not? And now it's definitely not like that. Now they're like, you have to become a member and you have to use our card. That's how you get the money.
It depends on the game, though.
True.
Yeah. See, I did a similar thing. Like, took a lot of my games that were like copies, or if I'd basically, because I grew up in a gamer household, me, my dad, and my brother would buy like 3 copies of every game, so we could all play multiplayer on specific games. So we had like a lot of copies of games. So I went down to Sex. I will say there's a sex shop.
Yes.
Took these. That was well sexual. You said that, man.
Goddamn right you were.
Went down to Pound Land to swap some of my games, and they gave me like I don't know. I must have taken about 30 games in, and I think they gave me about £22.
Oh.
I was mad. I was like, you know what, fuck it, just give me my money. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And I went in like a few days later, and they had one of my games out for £39.
Dang.
Yeah.
They're making a profit.
I was mad.
What also pissed me off about that whole bullshit thing was that if you wanted to get actual like cash instead of store credit for cash, they had to give you like it was like 10 or 20% less.
It was way less.
So if you had like $30 in store credit, they'd be like, okay, well we can give you cash, but it's only going to be like $20 or something stupid like.
Yeah, because they're relying on you to lose that card and not come in and change that money. You know, exchange it for anything. It's like Netflix relying on people's subscriptions to forget that you've got a subscription and be like, it's all right, I'll just keep it going.
God damn. Man. I remember when, I don't know, there's, no, I guess probably it is. Do you remember when Netflix, they'd mail you discs for games and shit before it was like the...
I didn't know that, no.
I had a college roommate who had movies mailed to them from Netflix, and then they'd send it back when they were done.
Wow. Oh my god.
What a weird time.
I had a roommate who was a bastard with Netflix back then. Guess what his name is? It's Matt. But it wasn't Matt R. But he would rent games and movies from Netflix, like the physical movies and shit like that, and he wouldn't return them. He would just cancel his fucking debit card.
Oh man.
And then he would just get a new one. So Netflix couldn't charge him for him. I'm sorry for giving out your trade secret, Matt, if you're listening to this. I apologize, but I mean, nobody's getting games like that from Netflix anymore.
No wonder Netflix stock's tanking.
I love that if you had
fucking movies.
Was it the Nintendo Wii where you had to get a disc from Netflix in order to use Netflix on the Wii?
Yeah. Yep.
Really? And install it as a software?
No, you had to have the disc running.
Oh,
with the software.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's very
super
weird. Yeah, because Netflix isn't on the Switch to this day, is it?
No.
Nope. But they have Hulu. And
it's on the 3DS, I think.
Crunchyroll and yeah, it is on the. Yeah, it was. It's not anymore though.
Oh,
weird.
Freaking glorious. Glorious 320p on the old 3DS or something.
Can I watch The Witcher in 3D or something like that though?
Oh, I bet you could.
I think
it still works.
I think they did. Where's my 3DS?
Oh,
God.
Tell me, Aaron. Tell me.
What, Aaron? Tell me.
Oh, he blew my mind with that. You could watch like any show on Netflix on the 3DS in 3D. Like, I wonder if that would work.
Someone's got to find out.
Someone go. If anyone has a 3DS right now, turn it off.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Netflix works on that anymore.
Sorry, Tommy. I think you were about to say something as I chimed in.
Yes, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't remember what I was going to say. Is it time for an ad break or is it too early?
Yeah, we can do an ad break.
Okay. We'll be right back, everyone.
Let's give a quick shout out to our patron, A Novel Console. They've been with us strong since we've started our Patreon. If you haven't checked them out already, they're a variety podcast. They talk about food, video games, books. They're awesome. Thank you, A Novel Console.
Thank you,
Tommy, if you would.
Today's episode is sponsored by Evan's Imaginary Friends. Hey everyone, remember Imaginary Friends that you had in the 90s? Well, guess what? They're back. Stop on down to Evan's Imaginary Friends at your local mall and check out their supply. They've got the newest Billy model, the newest Timmy model. You can go and chat with our imaginary friends and see if they're a fit for you. Harrison just stopped by and checked out the Imaginary Friends, and he's got nothing but good things to say. Right, Harrison?
They were great.
Thanks, Harrison. So once again, Evan's imaginary friends, go find a friend. They are friendly. They'll talk to you about whatever you want to talk about. They're good listeners, great listeners. Only $1,000 down. These imaginary friends can be yours. Thank you, Evan's imaginary friends. And we're back.
Man.
I had no warning that was going to happen. I would have liked to have known that was going to happen.
That's what makes it fun.
Oh, you should have had imaginary friend accessories.
Oh, that would have been good.
Imaginary moon
But,
shoes. Watch how high your imaginary friend can jump.
No, we like being unpredictable with the ad breaks. They have like an Eric Andre show effect where you just like you don't know what the fuck is happening, but like shit is happening.
You're just there living it.
That's how in our handhelds episode, Tyler, he was like I don't know what the hell's going on. Ah! Like,
He literally was like, "What is happening?"
Like, yelling at him.
Oh, it's fun. Did you in your empire kingdom? Did you have a video game television that you watched?
Video game television? Do you mean like cartoons of video game shows?
Oh, sure. I was thinking more like a G4 is what we had here. It was a channel called G4.
Yeah, it was
no, not that I'm aware of.
Interesting. We had basically one channel that was video game centric called G4 that had different video game programs like X-Play, Attack of the Show, and they did cheats, yeah. Or they even had like a show that was just video game trailers for half an hour. And that was like
okay. I suppose if you guys did, we must have done, but it's not something that I'd ever come across myself.
I'm gonna look it up. Keep talking, fellas.
That was
like, bitch, I know the United Kingdom more than you do.
No, I'm going right to Google.
They also had like crazy E3 coverage back then. That was like the place to actually see E3 and like the interviews and everything. And that was like, as a child, like that's my mecca. That's where I need to go someday to experience the video games.
Yeah, I've never been to E3 and I would love to go. I've been to a couple of like the gaming conventions over here, but they're nothing on the sort of scale of E3.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I come home from school, I'm gonna watch X-Play Attack of the Show, and I'm gonna laugh about people talking about video games.
Haha, that's what I love. Yeah, I know what you mean. We did have like channels, for example, like we had Fox Kids over here as well, which obviously you guys did in America.
Yeah,
Network, that kind of thing. So that did show like the Sonic cartoon, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorites though was actually the Super Mario Brothers cartoon, the Super Show.
Oh, the original?
Oh my god.
The original, yeah, man. But the thing is, I never caught it on television. I actually had a 3.5-hour VHS that somehow ended up in my house. Don't know where it came from. The only other one that I knew existed was weirdly at one of my grandparents' house. She had another one. But because it was a VHS and like clipped down, it didn't actually include any of the live action sections.
Yeah.
Lou Albano and Danny Wells.
Those were the best.
Yeah, and so when I've gone back and watched it recently, because I actually want to do a full Grief Burrito episode about the Mario cartoon because of how good it is. I will, just for you. I'll shout you out just for it.
Especially on the episode that has MC Hammer.
Is it what?
Oh, what? Yeah, there's one where MC Hammer comes in, bro. They have lots of hilarious. I think so. That was in like the 80s. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna look that up too. By the way, there was a G4 that it was in the UK and Ireland.
Oh, well, fuck me, right? I didn't know.
I had a Super Mario VHS too. It was
nice. Which one was it? Which episodes were on it? Do you remember?
I remember brief things. There was a mushroom that made Bowser grow giant, like a giant Godzilla, and then Mario had to as well. No, it was like a squid. It was a squid or something.
Suit?
No, it was not a suit. They actually grew to be giant size, and like Bowser used like a train as like a nunchuck. They were both. It was like a kaiju battle, but I didn't even know what kaiju were back then.
Yes, no, sorry, I do remember that. So what happens in that one is Mario and Luigi go to basically Tokyo.
Yes.
And they go inside a mecha suit first, and then Bowser destroys the suit, and then they have to eat. Does he eat spaghetti and meatballs?
Yeah, it's something special.
They really big. And then they fight in the
yeah.
city. It's so good. I actually love that show because the music was all of the game music, and the sound effects in the cartoon were all the sound effects from the games. It tied in so well.
I was gonna say, I'm really sad that you didn't get to see the live action part because they use those sound effects there too, and it just
Yeah,
it's
I've seen some of it. I have seen some of it when I've gone back and watched, but I've not made my way through the whole show again. And I want to go back all the way through it. But there's a super show for each of the game, isn't there? Because there's ones with Yoshi and Super Mario World. Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. Man, that was such a nostalgia flashback. I didn't even remember I had that until you mentioned it.
There you go, pull that shit up. So how do you feel about the Super Mario Brothers movie that we're going to be getting soon, Tommy?
I'm excited. I am not a nitpicky person when it comes to movies. I go to movies to enjoy them. I don't get into the drama around everything. I'm going to go to this movie and I'm going to have a fun time.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to live more that way. As someone who's like worked in TV a long time, I always look at stuff and I'm always wondering like, oh, how is that made? What's the production behind it? So I often spot things in films that I'm like, I wish we would have written it that way, or that kind of stuff. But I'm trying now to really stop doing that and to enjoy something for the sum of its parts, basically, just for more of what the actual content is, how it was imagined, as opposed to how you would make it, or what I would change if I made it, for example. And I think now is a great time because we're sort of rewriting the rule that gaming adaptations into films have to be shit, because a lot of them now aren't. Great example is The Last of Us, which has just come out. I've been really enjoying that. I think it's pretty top
same.
Even going as far as the old Mario Brothers movie, which I know is bad, but that doesn't mean I don't like it.
Yeah,
it's still incredibly fun to watch because it's so weird.
Yeah, it is. And one of the things that I love the most is that Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo were insanely drunk for every scene.
That's funny.
That just makes it infinitely more fun for me. And yeah, did you know the set designer, by the way, the production designer for that is the same guy as Blade Runner, and that's why it's so like, sci-fi weird. Yeah, that's true.
Cool.
Yeah, why did they get him though for a Super Mario Brothers movie? No idea.
They need to do a reboot of the live action Mario Bros movies, but have like H.R. Geiger do all this stuff.
Oh my gosh!
Like the guy who designed the Xenomorph from the Alien series and all of his other weirdo art, which is cool. Everything will be terrifying. Have you seen any of H.R. Geiger's painting?
It's messed up. There's a lot of dicks in there, Aaron. There's a lot of dicks.
Yep.
They'll just turn them into pipes.
Hella phallic. Just jumping into penises.
This is neither here nor there, but like just set design from movies in the 80s and 90s. I miss that. I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids the other day, and I was like, how did they do this in 1989? How did they have all of this? It must have taken an eternity to make.
It will have done. I mean, it's a lot of stuff like that I do really appreciate. I had a friend of mine, where I work now, I work for a social media company, so I do video production for them now. And I was leaving the office with one of the younger guys, and he's like, I've just started watching this film, I don't know if you know it, 2001: A Space Odyssey. And I was like, Lewis, that is one of the most famous movies ever made. I'm familiar with it, yes. And he was like, I just can't get over how they made this movie look this good in like 1967. And I was like, I know, it's just, there's no wonder that people think Stanley Kubrick faked the moon landing, because it looked real at the time, and it still looks pretty good now.
Oh man.
Do you guys remember going to, well, I guess like any supermarket or whatever, and going to the there's like book sections where they had like cheat code guides, and they had those books that came with like little figures for Pokemon and like other games. They had like books of like games or whatever, and they would include little figurines or like little trinkets and stuff like that. Those were so cool when I was a kid.
What store was that? Yeah. I'm not familiar with that.
That was usually in like Walmart, in the I think it was usually in the video games section, but they were almost always by where like the cheat code guides and shit were.
I don't remember figurines. You should have pointed them out to me.
I don't think we were ever at Walmart at the same time as kids.
Cover his crippling figure addiction.
Yeah, I didn't have any figurines because I didn't know where they were.
That's true, yeah.
Man.
Dude. So go ahead. I don't mean to keep jacking the whole thing from you, Tommy. Go ahead.
No, I didn't. I was just saying, man.
Oh, okay. Do you remember the show Cheats from G4 and like did you ever watch that one, Tommy?
I didn't. And it's weird to me because whenever I see other people talk about G4, they mention Cheat, but I never watched it.
Dude,
Tell me
it's
about
so
it. Tell me
good.
about it.
It was the coolest thing ever because normally you'd have to go like buy a book or like go online to go get your cheat codes for games, but no, this one. So my biggest memory with it was that we didn't have it at my mom's because you can't get it on satellite, I guess. It was cable only or something stupid. So whenever I would go to my dad's every other weekend, he had basic cable or whatever, so I'd watch G4 because I would get my fill of it and just stuff my fat fucking face with G4 before I left. And yeah, Cheat was one of the shows I watched a lot of because they would give you like tips and hints and actual cheat codes for games. And at the time, I was stuck on this one boss in like Dead Rising, I think, and they give you this like little tip on how to easily beat him in like one shot or something like that. And I would hurriedly write that down as he's talking. And they also give you cheat codes for older games too, like Contra and.
How crazy is that? Like right now, we can't think of cheat codes in any game, but like 15, 20 years ago, there was a 30-hour daily television program dedicated to giving you cheat codes.
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
Their researcher teams must have just sat there trying every combination they could.
I don't know. Probably. Yeah, that's what I would do. Did you guys ever?
Go ahead.
Did you guys ever? I never used this. I only learned about it later, but apparently Nintendo had like a hotline you could call and talk to people if you were stuck in a game.
Yeah, lots of companies had that. There was
That's pretty cool. I like that. I never used it myself, but yeah, I know of it.
The game company Sierra, they had a lot of point and click adventure games where you could easily get stuck or like not find your way around, and you could call them and they give you a tip for like I think it was like $2 or something. You had to pay for it.
Yeah, you did have to pay for it, which is interesting.
Hey, well, yeah, you gotta make money on they.
That's so weird.
Harrison, do you want to know what happened to G4?
Yeah, tell me what happened.
It got bought by someone who didn't care about video games, and they started, instead of having, it was still called G4, but they started running reruns of Cops, of Lost,
and cheaters,
cheaters
all the time.
Right, okay.
I was just scrolling through all the things they got, and they had a show called Bomb Patrol Afghanistan, which I'm just going to read the description. Bomb Patrol Afghanistan is an American documentary television series that premiered on G4. The series follows members of a United States Navy Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit as they hunt for and dismantle explosives in Afghanistan.
So they're really applying to the kid audience that they've got on already on G4 then, right?
And then I got shut down because no one wanted to watch any of those shows, obviously.
I'm not surprised. Their audience was kids.
I know.
RIP G4.
Yeah.
Oh,
damn.
I mean, it's nice to see where the gaming like content can expand to outside of typical media. I quite find like I don't know if you guys have seen the Legend of Zelda mangas at all. I noticed you've got Aaron, a Majora's Mask tattoo on your hand.
Hell yeah.
I'm guessing that you may be familiar with them.
I've seen a couple of the Twilight Princess mangas at stores here, like GameStops here and there.
Yeah, a perfect segue, as the one I wanted to bring up was the Twilight Princess one. So thank you for dropping that in there.
You're welcome.
That's up to like edition 11, I think, so far now. A couple of the other ones, I've only done like two or three editions, so it's quite impressive that they've gone as far as they can. It comes out every like 4 or 5 months or something like that.
That's cool.
And they really like develop the plot in it, and it's really nice to see the content from the game sort of spread out a little bit more, and the art is absolutely beautiful. Like, it's done really, really well, and they always tend to stick to the art styles for each of the game as it changes. You know, obviously, like, you have the Wind Waker Link and everything like that, and the Four Swords kids. I would recommend checking them out, honestly, man. If you're a Zelda fan, they do it. There's 2 Majora's Mask ones as well, which give you a bit of extra content about where the mask came from, like the dragon armor it was carved from and stuff. I think you might.
That's cool.
Dig that.
This is news to me. I've never heard of this. Is this is like a currently thing that Nintendo is doing?
Yeah.
Like this is official?
Yeah, man. I'll drop a link in the Discord for you after the episode. It's the episode. Well, edition 11 just came out, I think, because it's just on Amazon.
Weird. That's cool.
They also do mangas for the for Splatoon and surprisingly ARMS. They had an ARMS
and Mario.
manga for a little
Mario
while.
Land one.
Oh, and they did. Well, I guess the Pokemon manga has been going on for a long time, and it was like a lot darker than the games were for sure. Because Pokemon would actually fucking die and get like impaled and shit.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
saw one of like an
Wild.
Arbok that got its head cut off, and I was like, well, I'm never reading those.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Nurse Joy's just putting Pokemon down left, right, and center in the center. I actually didn't know it was that dark. I will be checking it out though.
Yeah, there's a couple of I guess they were memes. A couple of memes I've seen on Facebook where people will compare like the manga to the show because there was one I guess where Totodile got impaled by I forget what the fuck I think it was like a Beedrill or so. Yeah, poor Totodile, rip Totodile, everybody. Pour one out for my boy.
You can kind of feel it in that Pokemon movie when Pikachu starts crying and Ash is dead. I mean,
oh, don't.
That hit us all. That got us right in.
Oh, I bawled my eyes out.
Feel the tears coming. Yeah.
I was crying like a baby when that happened. I was like, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I think everyone was. Fucking hell, it was well sad. I mean, saying that is like The Last of Us at the moment. Every time Pedro Pascal feels an emotion, it's just like a knife in the ribs, and I'm like, oh God, why?
I know. It wasn't even
Pedro, no.
Just when he doesn't even like say it, like it's not like other things where it's like here's the big emotional moment. It's just when he's hugging her, he's like everything's okay, baby girl, and I'm like
oh I know, and you can see the broken watch
as
well. Like that's perfect cinematography there, boys and girls. Learn that shit out.
That's a good one to bring up too. Like I have never ever played any of the Last of Us games. But yeah, that show is really, really good.
Fantastic.
I mean, I still don't care about playing the games because the show is just like it's doing it for me, dude. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I've learned all I need to know.
Yeah. I only played the first one, so I sort of know where it's going. I know about the second game, so I know what's coming basically. I don't know how it ends or anything, and I'm not going to look up anything because I want to be surprised by the show. But I do like the divergences that it makes, and I think when gaming media does stand on this sort of adjacent point, I do like the slight divergences you get, whether it's like, I know a lot of people hated on the Halo TV show, for example. I didn't think it was the worst thing in the world. There was things, again, like I said, I wouldn't have done that they did. Like taking Master Chief's helmet off in the first episode. At least build up, build up a bit of drama first. But I get why they did it, and he wasn't a bad Master Chief. I think just a lot of the script things weren't correct. One of the other Halo pieces of media that I don't know if do you guys play Halo? Do you play much Halo at all?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So are you familiar with the book series?
I know of them. I know of them, but I've never read them.
Yeah.
So there's like, if any of listeners from Grief Burrito listen to this episode, they know that I harp on about this series, and I've actually become quite friendly with the author as well, Karen Travis. She's a brilliant writer.
Nice.
She's done so the trilogy of Halo, which is Glasslands, Thursday War, and Mortal Dictator, and she's actually done 5 Gears of War books as well, all of which are really, really good. So the Gears of War books take place in between each of the games. So the first one is before the first game and after the first game. The second book is before the second game and after the second game, and it like fills in.
Oh, interesting.
But the whole of the Kilo 5 trilogy takes place between Halo 3 and 4. So when people think the Master Chief is dead, or at least killed missing in action as MIA, because Spartans never die apparently, and it follows a squad of 3 ODSTs, 1 Spartan, a xenoanthropologist, is I think is the correct term, and the person who's going to be the next leader of Oni, called Saren Osman. She's a failed Spartan as well, and it's about their adventure through the different parts of the Halo universe, navigating the Covenant collapsing, and when the humans and the Covenant are kind of being friends. And I just think it's really interesting the way that Karen Travis did it, because it could be an interesting story regardless of the universe it's in. It's not just good because it's in the Halo universe. It would be good anywhere. And I think that's really important when it comes to game writing, and especially stuff like The Last of Us. Like you were saying then, you haven't played the games, but you're enjoying it because it's a good story anyway. It doesn't have to just be from a game. And I just hope that more people concentrate on that going forward as they start making adaptations. And that's why I think it would be a good idea to take slight divergences from source material, but also make sure to keep the people happy who love the source material, if you know what I mean.
It's such a hard balance to strike. It's because if if you just recreate the video game beat for beat, it's kind of like, well, why did we even need a TV show? But if you diverge too far to make it more relevant for TV, people are going to be like, where's my video game references?
Yes, exactly.
And I like that you brought up the Gears of War books too, because those are cool, because like it's all this, the Gears of War world is like, there's so much lore and like backstory to like the whole entire world, and that like it wouldn't necessarily work in a video game, which is why they work perfectly in a book. Like I've only read maybe one of the Gears of War books, and then it takes place maybe like a little bit before the first game or something like that, but there's a lot of information. Yeah, yep. And there's a lot of information you get from that book that you don't from the games. Like they talk about like the breeding farms, and they talk about something about the lambent, I forget. And there's a lot of information that you don't get in the games that like you really wouldn't work as a game, if that makes any sense.
Oh,
but
yeah, absolutely.
Book adaptations of games are,
because you actually learn where the Hammer of Dawn satellites come from.
Really?
Like,
Tell me.
The Coalition didn't have them. They were taken by what's their equivalent of Russia. And the Aspo Fields battle, where Dom's brother dies, and why Marcus starts looking after Dom, is because they've gone after the technology to steal this satellite to learn to make the Hammer of Dawn, which is never mentioned. And like there's the book that's even set before that, which is, I think it's actually the last book in the series, which is called The Slab, is about Marcus in prison, like running up to literally where Don gets him out of prison. Like you find out how he gets a scar across his face, which is never mentioned in the game.
That's awesome. I love that stuff.
And it also mentions a lot of the those cities that got ashed or whatever it's called, where like they're just people are like
petrified.
Not like frozen, petrified. Yeah. Like they don't ever talk about that in the games, or I guess they kind of touch on it, but the books talk like a lot about that, about how like the Hammer of Dawn just completely altered fucking entire environments, and that shit's so cool. I love that.
The only game that actually mentions it is Gears of War 3. And the reason why that one mentions it is because Karen Travis, who wrote the books, wrote Gears of War 3.
Oh,
ooh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
She did that well that the makers of the game were like, okay, you can go with it. So there's a character in Gears of War 3 called Bernie, which is the older lady with the grey dreadlocks.
Oh, yeah.
So she's a character who's through all of the books. She's like a friend of General Hoffman through the whole thing.
Man,
that's cool as hell.
That's so cool.
It's brilliant. Honestly, any Gears of War fans listening, highly recommend reading that book series. It's very, very good.
Even if you don't enjoy how chunky and beefy the boys are in that game, or any of the characters for that matter,
they're big chunky boys.
They are so big.
They're big. Yeah,
they're thick. 2-3 seeds at least.
You guys unlocked another memory for me. I actually read the novelization of the Resident Evil movie. So I read a book based on a movie based on a video game.
Nice layers deep. And how was it? Can you give us a comprehensive review?
I was in elementary school, so I don't remember any of it. I just remember that I did read it.
I mean, I'm impressed because that's mature reading for a child.
Yeah. My mom was like, it's a video game. I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine.
I remember at the I don't know if do you guys have the Scholastic Book Fair in schools in the UK?
I don't know what scholastic means, but there's this word that's very similar that means the R word we're not supposed to say. So
shit. Scholastic, it's like a book publisher, I think, or book manufacturer or something.
They get kids to read.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the book fair is this thing that they have in like elementary school and shit, where there's just like shelves of books, and you can like look at books and buy books and stuff like that. But I remember a lot of the books I bought as a kid were like, there was one that was like a novelization of like, it was like Super Mario Land 2 or like Super Mario Bros 2 or one of the Super Mario games, but novelized, and it was so weird. And then there was one that I had. It was Oracle of Ages or Oracle of Seasons, but novelized, and that was also weird. But
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We were cleaning out my grandpa's office one day in his attic. He had Nintendo Scratch games from like the 80s. It was like a Legend of Zelda Scratch game where you use like a penny to scratch it off, and it had like different paths, and you had to try and make it to the end without taking too many hits or whatever. I just had that memory pop up.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I bet they're like insanely valuable, man.
Oh, I'm sure. They're long gone though. But man, what a Nintendo scratch things.
I think Tommy made a tweet about this before, but like, what was y'all's first? Like, I guess what demo of a game made you want to go and buy that game? Like, what was your favorite memory with that?
Harrison, you go first.
It would have to be Wind Waker for me on the GameCube.
Ooh.
This was a game that came on a demo disc with, what was it on now? It's the Master Quest disc. I've actually still got it, the collector's edition. It comes with Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, Master Quest. Yeah, Ocarina of Time, Master Quest, and Majora's Mask. And then it did have a 15-minute demo of Wind Waker on it as well. And it was something that I was saving for anyway. Like, I remember, I've told this story before on our show, that I didn't buy lunch at school for a good, 6 months because I knew this game was coming out, and I saved my lunch money and just starved myself so I had enough money. And I remember my mum being like, where have you got £45 from? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going to buy Zelda today.
I don't know.
Yeah, so it was probably that one for me. What about you?
This isn't like when we were younger, but the demo for Kingdoms of Amalur, like I didn't play games like that before then, the action adventure RPGs, and I played through it, and like by the time I got to the end, I forgot it was a demo, and I was like, no, I need more. I need to have more. Yeah. So I had to purchase it to continue playing it. The combat felt so good. I was like really brought in by the story. They dug those hooks in deep right at the end. I was like, I gotta know what happens.
Was it a good game, more importantly, when you got it?
Yes. I really, really enjoyed playing the rest of it. Absolutely.
I have never even seen this game.
They made a remake within the last couple of years, so they upgraded the graphics and everything.
Is that Reckoning on Steam?
Yes, Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning.
It's all made by my favorite person in the entire world, Kurt Schilling.
One of the two baseball players you can name.
Kurt Schilling and Albert Pujols.
It's the two baseball
Pujols?
Yeah, there's a famous baseball player named Albert Pujols.
Oh God, he must get fucking heckled off the pitch.
No, he's
ground. I don't know what it's called.
He's legit one of the best players in the history of the sport. Like, he's top 3.
Really?
Yeah.
He has to be that good so people don't call him fucking Pujols.
Yeah, dude.
I literally never even thought about it until Aaron started laughing when I said his name, and I was like, "What's wrong?" And he was like, "Pujols," and I'm like, "Oh, huh, yeah, I guess."
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Damn son.
I think the most memorable one for me would be I had this demo disc on the PS2. I forget what other games were on it, but there was this game called Urban Reign, and it was this like 3D. I guess like it was more of a brawler than anything, and yeah, at the time, like me and my little brother would play the fuck out of it, and we would just beat the absolute piss out of everything on screen. And then I was like, dude, this is actually really good. And then like the next time we went to GameStop, I found it there actually, and it was only like $15. And I was like, dude, like we're staying up all night and we're playing this. Yep. And then it was pretty good. They had like a couple characters from Tekken in it, like Paul Phoenix and Martial Law, I think is his name or something.
What a name. The guy who was like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, yep. And yeah, that game was pretty dope.
Did you guys have the demo stations in the UK in your stores where it was just like a TV 20 feet up in the air that you'd have to crane your neck to look at to play the games?
Yes.
Nice. Those were the best.
I would just lie down on the floor and play it because fuck looking up for that long.
They had a Rock Band set up at our Walmart, so I could just play Rock Band after I was done working at Walmart.
Oh, dude, the strum bars on those were always so loose because people would just fucking beat the crap out of it.
People had no respect for video game peripherals.
No respect. I always struggled playing Rock Band and Guitar Hero because I play guitar normally.
That's what everybody says.
Yes. Yeah. See, and it's hard because you don't play every note of the song, so you play like you're gonna play every note, and you start hitting wrong notes.
Can I tell you something embarrassing? Can you guys keep this a secret?
Please,
yes.
Please.
Me and the rest of the listeners will definitely keep this a secret.
So I love Guitar Hero. It's probably one of my top 5 most played games ever. And at one point in college, I was like, let's do the real thing. Let's play the real guitar. So I bought a guitar from a friend in college, and I was like, Why the hell does this have 6 strings? How am I supposed to move my fingers across 6 strings?
Bro.
I'm always so moved by your stories, Tommy.
So I never learned how to play guitar.
I'm going to tell that story to everyone.
No! He said he'd keep it a secret. Cut his mic.
The next Netflix show I work on, I'm going to put it right on the screen.
Oh, God. Oh, that's so good. I wish I had as many goofy stories as you do, but I
remember.
I can't think of any. One of these episodes, I'll have a good one for you. Mine are always like ones where I'm like angry or somebody broke something and I got mad at them. I don't have any embarrassing ones.
I went to.
Dang it. You're just too chill of a guy, man. You're just too chill to have these weird stuff. You take everything nice and relaxed, you know?
Yeah.
Sort of. Like, I remember one time I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With my cousin, and I forget exactly what happened, but he countered something I did, and I got really, really mad, and I about slapped him. Like, I came real close to slap him, and I was maybe like, I was like 11 years old, but like, yeah.
I mean, if he stood up and full on went, "Ha! You've activated my trap card," and literally gave it that, you had the permission to slap him.
Yes. Yeah,
just,
absolutely.
You've triggered my trap card, bitch.
You triggered my slap card.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Damn. That's it. Slapjack.
Add some cheers underneath that, man. You know, whoever's editing this episode, add some cheers.
This guy. Yeah, we'll get one of those in there.
I mean, just like a second, just like, yeah. That was it.
Man, that's all I had written down for stuff from the past. Do you guys remember things from the past?
I don't remember anything ever. I would like to shout out the Mortal Kombat movies, because that original one, god damn, that was cheesy as fuck. That soundtrack,
so good.
It was pretty sweet, like all out cheese.
All out cheese. I just had one and I lost it. Give me one hot second. I'm thinking of it again.
I could say another embarrassing story.
Sure.
Yes.
I'd love
that would really help me.
It's Rock Band related or Guitar Hero related. I remember. So I went to college at a place far, far away from my home, and I didn't have any friends or anything. And the internet said, like, on your first days, leave your door open, leave a note on your board for people to come hang out. So I left my door open and wrote on the board, stop on in, play some Guitar Hero. No one ever showed up. So it was just me playing Guitar Hero.
That's not a funny story. That just hurts.
I said embarrassing, yeah.
That was like a Pedro Pascal story. No, I'm just sad.
I eventually made friends, tons of friends who were into video games, and we had a lot of fun playing video games.
Good. I'm glad.
I guess the only embarrassing story I have, and it is related to I think it is Rock Band, but back in the day I used to know every single lyric to the song "Danny California" by Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I think it was our junior year prom. I played Rock Band with a couple of our classmates, and I sang the whole entire song. And what a song that is.
I don't remember what song.
That's not a shame.
It is a good song.
That's not embarrassing to learn the words to it. However, I hope you gave it your all. I hope you did.
I mean, my voice isn't really made for singing, as you can probably tell. It's more like I hate to keep bringing up fucking Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond, but I have like a real Brad Garrett voice, so it's not really made for singing. But I gave it a
tone.
There's nothing wrong with that.
California.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is. We're gonna do Danny California 2 octaves lower than it is.
Oh, there we go. Acapella too, dude. Let's do it.
I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast, but people, you're listening to the president of choir in senior year right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was a singing boy.
Give me an F sharp.
Oh, I don't know notes. I can only sing with other people around me. That's why I was a choir singer.
Ah, okay.
Very good at matching pitches.
I was so fucking lazy in school. I did baseball for a week and then quit.
When was
because
that?
It was sophomore year, I believe. I took baseball.
You really expect him to remember the exact week?
Yes,
like
because I was
3rd. I started until
because I was there every day, and I don't remember that. Baseball is my favorite sport.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was a week, and I quit because because it involved a lot of running. But back then, my asthma was pretty bad, so I couldn't do a whole lot of running without just going and just fucking just doing this photosynthesizing for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, man. Right on the grass like a daisy.
Yeah, just sucking it all in, dude. Filtering my air myself. What?
That's how the real men do it, filtering their own air.
I like how this went from video game adjacent media to just goofy high school stories.
Yeah, man.
We got tons of them.
Or college. Yeah. I don't have any other things related to this topic, unfortunately.
What about you, Harrison? Pressure's on you.
Oh my god, I had a Sonic comic like puzzle book as a kid that was pretty fucking sweet.
Nice.
The Sonic comics were so good. They're still good.
And they're really cool. And rolling on at the speed of sound. I didn't even mean to say rolling on there, but it kind of led in nice. This thing up here on the shelf, that's the Green Hill Zone Lego set. I had to buy that.
Ooh.
It cost me like £70. It was really expensive. But it's really well made and it's really fucking cool. So I like that people, specifically Lego, are starting to do game adaptations of levels. I think that's so fucking cool. They've done a Super Mario 64 one. They've done like Peach's Castle. I am just waiting for them to do a Metroid one. Give me Samus's gunship, because bitch, I need that.
Or like the fight against Ridley, or not Ridley. Sorry, Kraid, the big fat guy, where he takes up the entire screen on one side. That'd be a full set.
I mean, a Ridley one would be cool. You could do the Chosen Temple, from Metroid Prime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You could do that.
Come on, Nintendo.
Those clear plastic Lego pieces. Always love that. You know, like they do the lightsabers out of them, for like the Star Wars one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do that and shit. Or like Hyrule Castle. God damn it.
Perfect. God damn it.
I mean, the Mario one must be selling well if they keep making upgrades to it, or like new sets.
Yeah.
So bring it to other stuff. But Nintendo's never been the one at making the smartest decisions.
Not really, no. But I do think that with this new Mario movie, I'm hoping it absolutely slaps, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The trailers look good. I'm warming on the Chris Pratt thing. I'm looking more forward to Charlie Day as Luigi, if I'm honest.
Yes. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Like
I think that's going to be great.
The whole cast is so good.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get too excited. I don't want to overhype it. But because of I really enjoyed the Sonic movies. I thought they were brilliant. Me and my childhood friend Will, shout out to Will Pirry. He was the one who had the Sega when we were kids growing up. I had Nintendo, he had Sega, and we'd play Sonic at his house, like Sonic 2. And me and him, two 32-year-old men to be precise, went to our local cinema to watch Sonic 2. And it was empty, except for me and him. And it was great. It was so good. We got big boxes of popcorns, boxes of mint poppets. Love mint poppets, by the way. Outstanding cinema candy. And we watched that. So from that being that good, I want the Nintendo ones to be that good. And I really think, and Aaron, you can give me your opinion on this if you like, as the big Zelda fan in the virtual room. Don't you think they should give Studio Ghibli the rights to make a Zelda film?
Ooh.
I never thought about that, but that would work. Yeah, that reminds me of the that kind of reminds me of like the cover art for I think it was Zelda 2. No, there was one game that had. Yeah, I can't think of that would slap like a motherfucker though. Could you imagine Studio Ghibli like Octoroks and the Re-Deads and all those? Oh,
yeah, man. You could even do something like a story set in Hyrule in Breath of the Wild for the 100 years while Link was asleep. What happened to Hyrule when Ganon turned up? Do a series by Ghibli about that. That would be fucking awesome.
That would be.
Make a whole original story. Nintendo don't have to worry about it. You know that Ghibli make sick shit.
Yeah, true. If you can trust anyone, you can trust them.
When you look at Ghibli posters, you know it says on there, sick shit.
That's another good one. Anime based off of video games, because they do that a lot with Atlas games. Like they have an anime for Persona 3, 4, and 5. They even have them for like the Devil Survivor series. They have them for like everything.
Dead Space.
Yeah. They even have Dead Rising movies that are all in 3D CGI. They have all sorts of stuff. Well, that's not anime. Sorry.
May have to look those up.
They're incredibly. They are. only remember those because they were on Crackle back in the day when I was like dirt broke and I only used Crackle, which Crackle is a yeah, I was about to get to that. Sorry, it's like it's basically if Netflix was free and only had shitty shit,
Oh,
it only had the shittiest shit available, and the Dead Rising 3D CGI movies were on there, and they were
that real crackly shit. I think
yeah,
that should be a
dude,
term from now on, man. Like if something's shit, it should be
that
crackly.
crackly shit,
Mate, this is fucking crackly. I ain't watching this.
dude. Man, what do you think, Tommy?
Sorry, I was trying to read. I'm confusing myself by reading something. It's neither here nor there. Because you were like, you were saying video game anime, and whenever we talk about old cartoon anime, my brain instantly goes to Card Captors, which I watched for like 3 weeks and never forgot.
Hey, yeah.
Did they ever make a video game for that?
Did they make a game for that?
They have to have. I'm sure there's one on like SNES because it's been around for a while. Hey, yeah. By the way, Card Captors. That's like our 6th reference on Super.
I know. That's why I had to bring it up. I was like, I gotta find a way to bring up Card Captors.
That was a good show. I enjoyed that. I also remember watching that, and then was Monster Rancher on after that. Do you remember the game for Monster Rancher?
Fuck yeah,
CDs
dude.
in the PlayStation, and it caught monsters from the CDs.
Yeah, dude. Do you remember they had I think it was when Foxbox. I don't know if they did this in the UK, but the Fox Kids changed to the Fox Box, and they had that Kirby anime, and that was pretty fucking sweet.
I watched that.
Kirby right back at you.
Yeah. That had a good intro theme.
Yeah, that fucking intro slapped. Kirby, saving the day. I guess I do have a good singing voice, but Kirby, he's here to stay.
Oh, I thought you were just playing the intro. I thought you just played a video right now.
We couldn't tell the difference.
Shit, sorry.
We're gonna get copyright strike.
Dude.
Fucking intro. I just had a brainwave too. Did you guys ever watch the Donkey Kong series on Fox?
Oh, the digital one?
The very bad.
Oh no.
Dude.
Crystal Coconut.
I've only seen video clips of it.
Coconut, dude.
Oh man. I don't know if that was good or bad, but I lived that show. That was good.
Yes.
I remember a show called Reboot, which is another CGI one.
Ew.
Back then, I thought it was like the most futuristic, like amazing looking CGI ever. And if you look at it now, it's just disgusting.
Really?
It is, dude.
It's got that
hate all
90s CGI sheen on everything.
Yeah, everything's smooth, like Beast Wars.
Yep.
Yeah,
I hate all of the facial animation in Reboot. Fuck that show, dude.
Everything's bad from that era and everything's shiny. Actually, last week, you guys brought up something that again unlocked a memory from my mind that I didn't think I had anymore. Scanners.
Yeah. Oh, are you scanners, man?
Oh, I should have brought.
I was a scanner. I had the green one. I remember buying it from Toys R Us.
Yes, I have the green one.
Yes,
green and orange, baby. Yes.
Yeah, green and orange it was. Yeah. See, I only know that me and one other friend had bought those. Sorry, I just threw my cup of tea from my giant mug all over my arms from excitement. Yeah, me and only one other person I knew ever had a scanners, and it gets really boring when there's just two of you like battling each other.
Yep. By the way,
I actually saw it get brought up the other day as well on somewhere. Wait, was it? Did you post it on Twitter the other week?
I think so. Yeah, I posted like a short, like a little video clip or whatever.
I can't remember whether I was talking to you guys on Twitter or if it was someone else, but I feel like scanners are making a revival. I think they're coming back.
Scanners are coming
should.
back.
Here's the only reason I know about scanners, and I hate to say it, is from Matt R. Unfortunately,
Oh, no.
He introduced me to scanners, but I remember my fondest
codes.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember with scanners. I was so excited to always go grocery shopping with my mom because I would scan every fucking thing in the store. Like I would scan every single cereal box, every single can of Chef Boyardee, like everything I would fucking scan to try to get like the best monsters. And of course, scanners being scanners, there's really no good way to tell. But yeah, that shit was cool.
Now, why you're buying 5 cans of ravioli every week? You're just happy.
Yeah. I gotta get the best monsters possible, bro.
You got a crippling scanners addiction now.
There needs to be a scanners competitive league. He's preparing for it.
Let's start the scanners. Oh, mate, this is gonna be sick. You know what,
dude?
I might make a new app where you scan QR codes to find monsters on phones like Pokemon Go. If you made it today, you could probably make something pretty sick.
You'll
yeah.
see me. We'll skip ahead 20 years into the future, and you'll just see me. I'm living in like a cardboard box on the street. I'm just wearing like this same outfit, but it's all like destroyed and ragged, and like spare barcodes, and I'm just like my hands shaking because I'm
Oh
starving
man,
to death.
it's a
Yeah,
dystopian
dude.
future where the currency is scanners is the currency.
Yeah.
Spare codes, and I'm just scanning like everything, but it's like I've already scanned this 15 times.
I have a mission for you. Do you still have your scanners?
I do, but I don't know if the battery still works, but I can try.
If that battery works, you gotta get a copy of Agent 47 Hitman and get the monster right from the back of that guy's head.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think's in there?
That's such a good
Dude.
question.
Powerful monster there is.
That's gotta be. He's the apex fucking predator, dude. That's
Yeah, man.
That's more than a mind blower. That's like a mind. That's like the guy from the Warheads candies where his little head's like exploded. And that's.
Oh wait, you mean like the guy from the movie Scanners?
It's all connected.
Mate, it's all coming together, bro.
Holy shit!
Do the
You
scanners
heard
have
it here
an
first.
do the scanners have an internal battery? It's not a replaceable battery?
I think it's replaceable. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure it's just like a
Okay.
watch battery.
Yeah.
A
battery.
watch battery. Those are don't want to mess with those.
So I remember having to like, I remember, as a kid, when you get to the point where you're like, I can change my own Game Boy batteries now. I can change all of my Sega Game Gear batteries, even though it takes 100. And then unscrewing the back of my scanners and seeing that little disc and being like,
Yeah, you're like, this is alien technology.
yeah.
Who left this candy in here?
Ooh, spicy.
Did you guys ever do that where you take like a AA or AAA battery and like touch like the little positive nub to your tongue and it
Of
burns
course
like
I
a
did.
bitch?
Of course I did.
Yeah, we all lick batteries.
Why
In the
wouldn't I?
90s, we didn't have the internet. We had to find other things to do.
Yeah. Oh man. Ugh. This is again neither here nor
Wandering
there,
along
but
the woods,
there was like a full week in school where we realized if we move our bodies on the seat in the chair and stand up, you could shock each other with the electrical the static electricity. We just spent like a week shocking each other, all us dumb guys.
Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Me and this is not related at all, but that unlocked another memory for me. Me and Joey, we were in the same algebra class in Mr. Boza's room, if you remember Mr. Boza.
Of course.
We would always Harrison, you might know him too. No, me and Joey, we would stick staples through pencil erasers, and we would throw them at like the foam ceiling tiles, and, like try to get the most stuck up into the ceiling tiles. And by the end of the class, there'd be like 6 erasers stuck into those fucking ceiling tiles, and they'd fall on people, and they'd get mad, and we'd be like,
We're living the life. We're living the life.
Yeah, dude. Oh, peak high school.
One of our teachers, but with a glue stick, and they put glue, like like Pritt stick kind of thing.
Yeah.
Put that all over the handle on the inside.
Oh,
and they put it all over the seat and the desk. And then they threw the Pritt stick up into the ceiling, and it stuck right above the teacher's desk. So the teacher comes in, sits down, obviously gets glue all over the pants. Didn't realize. Puts the hands on the table to take the register. The register sticks. The paper sticks to the desk. They're like, what the fuck's this? They try to stand up. They're all sticky. Then the fucking thing falls down, smashes on the desk. They try to storm out. The hands all gluey on the handle. Everyone's going mad. Oh, it was, my school was awful.
That's wow.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Pranks podcast.
Prank podcast. Super Prank Saga.
Pranks.
There we go. Super Prank Saga. Dude. Oh boy,
Man,
that's
good times.
I'm fresh out of memories. My memories have been
That's it.
run dry.
We've said all the memories. Harrison, do you have any more memories? Or are they gone?
I remember getting this giant mug from Sports Direct.
What does it say? Sports Direct.
Sports Direct.
Sports Direct. They're just like a, like I don't even know, a sports shop, Foot Locker, that kind of thing. For some reason, orders like about 10 years ago, they sent out these giant mugs with every order. Like, I'm not a tiny human being. This is just an absolute fucking giant mug. And like, if I spilled this, I think I'd flood my town.
It'd be gone.
Yeah,
honestly,
like 6 coffees in one mug is great.
I have a mug at work that's a PlayStation themed one, and the handle is the old original PlayStation 1 controller without the dual analogs. So I just grip my PlayStation controller when I want a coffee.
Without
That's cool.
Place sticks.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Because that's the superior layout. I'm sorry.
Oh, I agree completely.
Oh,
I agree.
I think so too. They have to be diagonal, otherwise, like, I don't know. Yeah.
To any audio-only listeners, I held up an Xbox controller. Just
Oh yes, sorry.
I've been playing recently. A memory that's just unlocked for me again is aftermarket controllers for the old consoles.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, so we had N64 ones that were like ball, strange nubs that were just the worst things to hold. But the ones that come out now, like the Hori pads, that you can get for the Switch and stuff, these are really, really good.
Yeah.
We need that sort of stuff. Hey, there's a child.
Yeah, Silas woke up from his nap. He's staring at the camera.
Hey, man.
Hey, there's a child.
Oh, he's hiding now.
He doesn't like the Hori controllers.
Yeah, see, that's a child who would only be ever committed to like one of the other controllers. He'll never know. He'll never know the awfulness of bad controllers, because now we're in the future and we get good controllers. He'll grow up with good things like this and like Xbox.
R.I.P. Mad Cats.
Yeah, Mad Cats. Yes,
Mad
exactly.
Cats. Yes.
There we go, dude.
I hated those controllers. I had a friend who had a third-party Guitar Hero controller because it was cheaper, and that was trash.
What? They had that?
Yeah.
That was a thing?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Good on him.
Good on him for trying. A for effort, whoever you are. I hope you're listening.
They're not.
Hey, you don't know who listens to your podcast.
That's true.
We've got listeners in Namibia. For some reason. Hey, Namibians.
Namibiites. I'm not sure how it is.
I don't know if it would be Namibia. That's really fucking hell. That's hard to say. Namibiites?
Namibian Nights?
Namibiites?
Yeah. That's got to be right.
I think so. Also, in all this sidetracking knowledge that we've been trudging through our memories, I completely forgot that I was going to be ranking your things on tiers. I just didn't do it.
Oh, man.
Dang.
Should we start again?
Nope.
Should we go back to the beginning?
Let's start over. Everyone just forget everything that happened. We'll start over.
Buckle in, guys. This is just the intro.
You're telling me to forget scanners, Tommy? Are you joking?
We can't forget the fucking Agent 47 scanners.
Can we at least agree that that's number one? Or A tier, S tier, whatever? Scanners?
Yeah.
That is.
Scanners is up there, definitely.
That's the most meta shit I've ever heard.
Oh man. So I think we can agree we've talked about everything. There's no more video game adjacent media to discuss, correct, boys?
There's no more memories. I don't think I'll ever think of a thing again.
That's right.
Nothing else.
If you, however, listeners, think of something that we didn't talk about, tell us. Yell at us on Twitter, send us an email, leave a 5-star review, whatever it takes, Where can people do that, Aaron? I guess
they can they can go to superpodsaga.com and you can leave comments on our website on our different stuff, or of course I'll leave like a poll or a Q&A on if you use Spotify. I usually do that, but nobody other than myself ever fucking reacts to them, but I'll keep making them, by God.
And where can people find Grief Burrito, Mr. Burrito?
You can find us at Grief Burrito on absolutely every social media platform that ever exists. And if you want to find me personally, you can find me at HazWild, which is HAZZWILD.
Wonderful. And
Nice.
What are we going to talk about next week, Aaron? Am I forgetting anything before we get to that?
I don't believe so.
Okay, I just have we talked about too many memories. My brain's mixed up now. But what are we going to talk about next week?
Favorite multiplayer games.
Yes. Oh, that's going to be good. That's good. Yes, we can do that.
We do co-op and like online multiplayer, or just like one or the other?
Both. Whatever's playing video games with other people.
Oh, that's true. Yep. Okay. Multiplayer games.
Check check in next episode when we talk about that, people. Check out Grief Burrito. Check out giving 5-star reviews to everything. Thank you for listening, superstars. Bye.
Bye, boys.
Bye.